Well, hi there, hey there, hello there, guys. It is Kimber stopping in and checking in with you today, bringing you a recipe video. It's going to be a really quick one, nothing big and elaborate, but I do want to let you know, just got home from church. On the way home from church, there was some sort of a car wreck that happened. Not sure what had happened, but this car had completely turned over on the side. It was so rainy outside and so dark, and you couldn't hardly see anything. It was very, very scary. So I'm very glad that I'm home and that I have made it home safely. So that's a big thing we don't think about, but we take it for granted. Thank God that we're safe and home. But I have decided tonight that I am wanting to make meatloaf. And it's cold outside. It's like 50 degrees, and I'm just in that kind of I put that video out asking for recipes and soups and stews and things. Got a few responses, nothing major or anything like that, but I mean, I was really wanting just some comfort food, so I decided I was going to make a meatloaf. And what I'm going to do to make it special is I'm actually going to put it in these tins instead of doing a big meatloaf, because whenever I go to do a regular meatloaf, I feel like it takes forever. And I just don't have that time. I'm just wanting to eat. I got to work tonight, so I'm just wanting to eat. We're going to have a salad and some meatloaf. I'm just going to go ahead and spray these with a little bit of spray. And I know everybody knows how to make meatloaf. It ain't like it's no big elaborate thing here that I'm doing. So we're not even going to pretend that I'm a big chef. But I don't know. The idea just came to me, and I thought it sounded like a good one. And that's what I'm going to do. So we have a little store that's, I hope y'all don't mind that I'm doing things while I'm talking, but we have a little store that's down the way, and they have really the best ground beef. That's my oven. $3.75 is what I'm putting it on. But they have the best meat, and this is ground chuck, and this whole thing was $10. Yeah, $10.40, so it's $2.89 a pound. I am going to go ahead and just make the entire thing. I'm probably going to have more than what's going to fit in my tins, but that's all right. I'll put it up for later. And I'm not going to try to touch it so I can do the rest of it, but I have a bowl. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my meat in my bowl. They have like really, really fresh meat. It's ground there every day. So it's like really, really super good. So that's a lot of meat. And I'm going to add 1 egg to that, just a large egg. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people when they do it, they always want to put like tomato sauce or something like that in it. But for me, I prefer to have mine with onions and peppers and things like that. So, salsa. This is Tostitos brand chunky salsa mild. This is what I use. It just has tomato puree, water tomato paste, diced tomatoes, tomato juice, jalapeno peppers, onions, and less than 2% of the following: vinegar, salt, natural flavor, and garlic powder. 2 net carbs, 1 dietary fiber for 2 tablespoons. So basically, there's 13 servings in this, so you could have this whole thing for 13 servings if you want. I mean, 13 carbs if you do net carbs, which I do. But probably should open this on, not on camera. Put the muscles in it. So I'm probably going to take half of this and just put in here, because I really like the tomato flavor, and I do want the peppers and onions, and I didn't want to have to sit and cook it. That was my big thing. Like, I didn't want to have to cook the onions and the peppers before I got ready to put them in the pan. That's what happens when you're the cook. You can do that. But I didn't want to have to do the peppers and the onions separate, because I wanted just to hurry and get this done. And then I looked for some Parmesan cheese. It was in the bag, the hard cheese, but there wasn't any. So I'm just going to use this Parmesan that I have. This right here is probably like 1/8 of a cup. I mean, it's really nothing. But I did buy another one. And that little store that I had went to, they did not have a good deal on Parmesan cheese. It was like $5 for a thing of Parmesan. And I'm like, I'm not paying $5 for it, because that's just ridiculous. So my husband went into the dollar store, and yeah, this is just straight up Parmesan, and it was cheap. It's $3. So I'm just going to add more to here. So you're probably going to end up adding anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of cheese because you're not using any kind of breadcrumbs or anything like that. So we need some binding agents. So Parmesan cheese works great. To that, as far as seasonings go, just the, I guess, I don't know, garlic. I was going to say the Holy Trinity, but there's not a Holy Trinity. There's two. I use garlic powder and onion powder. And I don't really measure. There's probably, I think it's about a teaspoon or, 2 teaspoons is what I use. I really like flavor. I cannot stand dull flavors. I have to have flavor. And then I use the pink Himalayan salt. This is the Morton, and it is kind of coarse. So it doesn't shake very easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up the big end and put a lot of salt. Because on this way of eating, you need a lot of salt. And then I'm going to add pepper. And I hadn't been really eating much pepper at all because of AIP. So I have implemented some pepper back in, and we really enjoy pepper. So now here comes the messy part. As you can see, everything's in my bowl. And I'm just going to go ahead and work this together with my hands while I talk to you guys. And then I'm going to put it all in my little cups. So we're making meatloaf cups. Just gonna work it together. Anyway, how you doing? I don't have nothing else to say while I'm cooking this, so I do apologize. But I just want to let you guys know I appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos and commenting recently. I like the feedback. I like the interaction. This is a lot of meat. I'm thinking. I'm going to actually stick the rest of this salsa in here. Just because this is actually a lot of meat. I underestimated the amount of meat. So I might save a little bit to dip me some pork rinds in. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But, yeah, I had a lot of people, just commenting and things like that. And it really makes me happy. I wish more people would have left me some suggestions as far as soups and stews and things like that, because I'm telling you what, man, it got cold here all of a sudden. It was 49 degrees when we left for church, and then I had just wore this t-shirt and a pair of leggings, and I had thrown on a flannel and some boots, and by the time I got out, I was cold. So I didn't even happen to look at it. I'm going to stand up here for a second. I didn't even happen to look at the temperature in the car either afterwards. I guess because I was so frazzled by the by that wreck. That was so bad. They had people out there, but I mean, the thing was completely over on its side. So I don't know. But there's a big, huge curve that's right there where that happened. And if you're going around through there and you miss that curve, yeah, you're gonna wreck. We've seen many people. There's also like a retaining wall that they put up on one end of it. Not one end, but on one side. And we have saw people hit that too. But this one, I don't know. It wasn't even it's like in the middle of the curve, but there wasn't anything around. I don't know. But anyway, you can kind of smell the meatloaf. I don't know if you guys know that. If you can do it, you can kind of smell it to see if it's going to have enough seasonings for you. But I just hope those people are all right. I mean, I hate that. But I do have these oiled. It's just like really, really sad because we had just like left the church. And I was telling my husband, I was like, oh my God, do you think that's anybody that we know? And I was so afraid. I was like trying to figure out what kind of vehicle it was. From what I can tell, it was some sort of like an SUV. And I mean, we know some people with SUVs, but this was like a goldish or tan is what my husband said. I have night blindness, so I really can't see much. But I saw, that it was a bigger vehicle. It wasn't a car or anything, it was like an actual SUV thing. I'm telling you, it just goes to show you, And people might have been just pulling in their driveway or something to go home and never even thought, you know, that would happen. Can't take stuff for granted, people, I'm telling you. But I'm not going to make you guys, I'm not going to subject you to this while I sit here and do this. But I'm going to finish out this painting and show you guys. I'm going to have so much left over. Well, we'll see. But so I just press those down into that pan. I'm going to go ahead and do the other pan, and then I'll check in with you guys. I'm going to put those in the oven at 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes to check them. Okay, guys, so I ended up filling up 2 of these. I still had so much left over, so I just found another pan that I had, and just going to make this for leftovers. It'll work good. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. Because these are a little bit full, I'm not sure exactly how the grease is going to work, so I'm actually going to put them on another pan, so if there's any grease that comes off, they'll be trapped. I'm thinking the ones here, just a piece of pan. That's all right. I don't need to see the crust. It's rusted. Why is it rusted? But these are going to cook a lot quicker, so these are what we're going to eat, and then we'll save this. But I'll come back in and show you guys. I'm going to put ketchup on mine. The sugar-free ketchup. My husband doesn't like it, so he will not be putting it on his, but I'm doing it on mine. So I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, I am checking in. These have come out of the oven. I just put them in a bowl. My husband did, actually. They were cooked for 25 minutes at 375, and they look amazing. I did put some ketchup on mine, so these are just a little. Let me see if I can. Oops, sorry, so shaky. Sorry. They just came out in little meatloaf. Little meatloaf muffins. Now, so I'm having a huge salad on the side. It is 1 meal a day. Just romaine. I have some little tomatoes, cucumbers, and ranch dressing and cheese. And that is going to do it for me. So, if you guys make these or even think about making them, let me know. Tell me what you think about them. Cannot wait to dig in. They look so good. I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye. Oh, and by the way, that wreck that I did this. That wreck that I told you guys about, I just received word. Something told me today when we left church to go the opposite way to this store to pick up the ingredients to make this. And the guy who pulled out right behind us, the wreck happened right in front of him. So if we had been going the way we normally would have went to go home, we would have got hit by that car. That's crazy, right? Anyway, so glad that didn't happen, but I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.